All right, everybody. Hey, we're here now for the roast of Joe, or as some of you guys may know him, DK Murphy, also the ugliest guy around. Horrible.
That's my baby you're talking about.
Hey, that's his mom right there, everybody. You can thank her.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so we're here to roast Joe. Usually at roast, people say horrible things about people they love. But with Joe, we all fucking mean exactly what we say. He looks like a homeless person's imaginary friend. He's known to be edgy and shocking, which is really fucking cool for a 45-year-old looking man. Especially when it looks like that's all he needs to do to talk to disabled young girls. Oh, that's horrible. That's so bad. Oh, this is... Alright, Joe suffers from depression and has thought about ending it all before. If you want to know what it feels like, just follow his TikTok channel. You'll want it in his life too. And on that note, we got some more everybody else coming out, mostly the Crew Network. If you guys followed us for the crewNetwork.net, that's our whole group, Ken. And here goes the roasters. Dick, Sassy, Big Bucks Chuck Hammer, Maniacal Mike Studman, and last but least, the man we're all here to roast himself, DK Murphy, Joe Oak, also known as the security guard. Next one. Next one.
His own dad said he was going to
She said it, not me. No way.
God, how can you fuck up so much? Here. Move that chair so I can sit down next to my daddy.
Oh my God, please don't. There you go, sit next to your pops.
We're all situated? Alright, and our first roaster is going to be somebody from Joe's past. So an Eskimo brother, Siamese kiss sibling, multiple things. Any type of thing that you could possibly do.
Fuck you.
How many people have you guys
How
shared?
dare you call me your friend?
A handful? Mike, Maniacal Mike, Studman.
Hands up, ladies.
Oh my god. This is really my intro song. Let's say. Alright, everybody. I got notes because I just kind of wrote this on the fly because Joe's really not that important. Welcome to the roast of Joseph Stinklines Eclair.
That's great.
Don't worry, I got better. Like for instance, Webster's Dictionary defines ugly as unpleasing to look at, aesthetically offensive, unattractive, unsightly. I see everyone looking at Joe. Anyways. Joe may be ugly as a bog of shit, but at least he's not ugly and... Well, at least he's not a piece of shit.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, he has good...
Just stop it.
Well, well, he's most definitely probably a human. So we got that at least. I see Joe here alone today. I guess even his imaginary girlfriend can't stand the sight of him. God, Joe, you're one pathetic piece of pig shit. Fate beat the shit out of you already with the ugly stick. Oh. And gave you a diseased tiny stub of a penis that nobody wants to bat around. Not to mention the halitosis, bro. You don't know what that is. It's horrible bad breath. No one wants to fuck him anymore. Then they like the sound of their own dick screaming. You think he'd make it up with a good personality. But again, see the cruel fate, you know, cruel hand dealt by fate, basically. I can't say that right because I'm an idiot. Sorry. Shut up. Joe's like a goddamn Greek tragedy, only very uninteresting. I can sit here all night talking about how ugly Joe is. So how's one more joke, right? Joe's such a fucking creep. Oh my god. I'm always surprised when I see Joe not butt ass naked in a fucking trench coat, just lurking around fucking elementary schools and shit.
Damn!
Joe says he's got a girlfriend, but no one's seen this phantom girl yet. So we all placate Joe's and co-sign his obvious lies. Because we love him. Like the way you kind of love a really ugly dog. Joe, you're such a fucking mutant. You're homely. You're so fucking homely that even in your sexual fantasies, people are calling you ugly. The only fucking Joe gets is how badly life is butt raping him at this moment. Yeah, I kind of did that myself too. Don't feel bad. Chuck's here today, everybody.
Yeah.
As if anybody didn't notice him coming in. And Jesus Christ, I'm pretty sure his ass is visible from space. Chuck hasn't seen his dick in over 20 years. Not that that is a bad thing. It's not like his wife has touched him in about that long. Unless you want to add in the obligatory wedding night.
Obligatory.
But it's gotta be hard to be Chuck. I should show some empathy, after all. Constantly out of breath, copious rivers of sweat lining his breast. Dogs always barking at him wherever he goes. No one wants to bat around his baby dick. Always pronunciating his B's. The bacon had put it. I one time saw Chuck waddle his fat ass into a sizzler, and I just saw the cook burst into tears. Fat fuck. Remember, Chuck's jokes aren't edible. So if anybody's gonna try, anyways. Donkey from Shrek's here tonight, everybody. But we had to take it easy on him because we might scare him off. You know, donkeys are very skittish, and from what I hear, doesn't like the jokes all that much. That's okay. Jesse's a mutant offspring of Jerry Lewis and Milton Berle. He's the spawn of Freddie Mercury and a mole rat.
80-year-old reference.
Anyway.
History teacher.
Carol looks like if Larry Bird fucked a poodle. Joe's so fucking pathetic though. He actually planned out his own roast to every detail. You know, because he doesn't have any friends that might do that for him. Yeah, but on a real note, Joe, the last couple of years you haven't been that much of an asshole, and I've kind of liked a few of your jokes. So, happy birthday, buddy.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Bring on the community.
Damn, dude, that was nice. I like that. Way better than last time. No, but it was better than last time. That was good. Thank you. All right, next up we got, what, Bucks? Yeah? Bucks coming up?
Yep.
Let's see, what can be said about him that hasn't already been said? There you go. So Chuck and his son, they have the best relationship. They're like best friends, and his son knows Chuck will always be there for him. That's great. knowing that Chuck's dad left him as soon as he could, start a new, better life without him. It's not even the worst thing. These are just facts, right?
In my facts.
So everybody's gonna tell you about how this next roaster's fat. That's pretty much all their jokes are gonna be. So I asked his wife, Shell, is there anything Chuck won't eat? She quickly replied, yeah, salad and pussy. She said he would wish she would eat both more. And on that note, here comes the non-pussy eater himself, Chuck Bucks.
With his phone. That's what happens when you get that's what happens when you get Obama wireless, dude. The fucking phones don't work. Seriously. Fuck, I thought it was gonna be real cold out here. You know, I was kind of happy that the brothers don't like the cold, because surely I would have been robbed on my way over here.
We all like black people, you racist.
We do, yeah, we do. And that is the month to like black people. Jesse, thanks for coming up and introducing me. Jesse always dresses like he's good at skateboarding. Take a look at him. He does. Let me see here. Did you guys, relax. Did you know Jesse got a degree from Valley College? That's like saying you won a bronze medal in the Special Olympics. Come on, people. Hey, that was a killer. I'm not saying Jesse's going bald, but Eddie's gonna get laid before Jesse can find his hairline. Jesse used to do a lot of drugs. I mean, he cut more lines than autistic kids at Disneyland. Look what we have here. A few drug addicts, alcoholics, making fun of a dark web pedo. Chris Hansen should have been the roast master, not you, XG. I see Mike's here. Where's he at? If Mike's here, then who the fuck is making KFC chicken? Mike's teeth looks like it played tackle football. Mike also, just look at Mike. Mike looks like he fucking sells fake Rolexes. Mike, you are the man today because, of course, Yolanda did crack during pregnancy. Mike, you eat garbage, you sleep in your own ooze, you smell like shit, and you live in a dark garage. You're like Master Splinter with no ninja skills. She's not here. Mark, where's Mark at?
He's dead.
He's dead? In the hospital? You guys know who Mark is? Well, Mark's out here. I'm going to tell the jokes anyways. Mark got some time off from being Shrek to be here today. I just don't know where he's at. He probably is in bed. Mark was better known as his superhero name, The Last Chairbender. Where the fuck is he? This is like... Anyways. I'm kidding, Mark. If you can hear me, I'm kidding. I've been a fan of yours since I was a kid, reading fairy tales of you harassing billy goats from under a bridge. Yolanda, haven't seen you in a while. I just assumed you swam out to sea for mating season. Where's Eddie at? Eddie?
He's also dead.
Really, dude? Come on, man. It's like half my jokes. Eddie, if you know Richard's brother, supposedly hung like a horse. It turns out that Jesse's face resembles Eddie's dick. Eddie looks overage and underage at the same time. Eddie looks like he's a part of the Al-Qaeda witness protection program. And because if you see him, this would all make sense. You purposely hit him so you can fucking eat a bag of dicks. Richard's in the house. I'm glad Richard's here from, give it up for Richard, come on. This is where we're at his house. Give it up for Richard. I'm glad to see Richard's taking a break from taking a break. Did you know Richard has sweaty palms?
Oh, I didn't know that.
In high school, he was known as the sweaty palm dude. He sweats more than Joe at a kid's party. Seriously.
You're going to hell for that one, dude.
The only funny thing about Richard is that somebody actually thought he could pay off a $13,000 car. Richard is so poor, he has to jack off his dog to feed his cat. Richard's family is so poor, they're on that Section 9 housing. Richard always had dreams of a big house and a couple of nice cars. Instead, he lives with his mom that's as big as a couple of nice cars. Richard does drugs, drinks alcohol every day to forget how much of a failure he is. Chris Benoit was a better father than he was. Come on, it's a fucking roast. Richard went to jail for a week for supposedly beating his mom. But that's fine, he learned his lesson. The only thing he hits now is joints, because they don't press charges. Richard, you're a drug addict, alcoholic that can barely pay rent. You're about as useless as Eddie's dick. Richard's dad was like a real-life auto parts store. He screwed, nutted, and bolted on your mom. Richard's the only person I know stupid enough to get a business license on a company that made no money. Richard is also the only idiot I know that made $300 last year and still owed the IRS money. True story. Richard's son's name is Wyatt. It's short for Wyatt sucks to be fired again. Wyatt sucks to be broke. And Wyatt sucks to have a small dick.
It's not your son.
It seems that every retard lately with no job or future goes to welding school. Oh, hey, Travis. Richard was on the last comic standing season poor. Richard had changed political parties more than Jesse cheats on his wife, or as many times as Joe has been escorted off an elementary school campus.
It's a lot, man. It's a lot. That's crazy.
Kind of like whack.
But tonight we roast Joe. As you might know him as DK Murphy, or as the local town folk know him as Mr. Stay Away From My Fucking Child, or Stop Shitting in My Fucking Bathroom. How do you insult a guy that lets chicks piss on his face? I don't know. Speaking about piss, Joe's girlfriend's nickname is Yellow. This makes it easy for a drunk like him to remember, because it's the same color of all of his ex-girlfriend's panty liners. Joe looks like the Lucky Charms leprechaun, and so happens to tell children that he's magically delicious. Joe was in a movie called Crazy Days, which describes the girls that he goes out with. They're crazy and dazed, and then he throws them in his van. Richard has directed and been in more turds than his penis. Joe gets shitted on professionally and sexually. Come on, folks. Fuck. These are good. Wake the fuck up.
It's cold.
It's so fucking cold. Seriously. Joe's in a good place now, though. He has a woman. He directs traffic for a living. Wait, I read that wrong. Joe's in trouble for trafficking women for a living.
Wow. That's complete opposite.
Joe's face looks like someone tried to put out... Joe looks like someone tried to put out a face fire with a bike chain. Oof.
Thank you.
Joe's toes looks like I drew it with my left hand. Have you seen his toes?
He does have weird things.
Fuck. Joe looks like he smells like piss and vodka.
He does like
Listen.
Seriously, Joe's liver is so black, Richard tried to buy drugs from it. Fucking A. All right. Well, anyways, Joe, we love you, and that's why we're doing this. And if there's only maybe 10, 15, maybe 12 people in this room that actually love you, we're here. And thanks for letting us roast you. I'm done.
You're a horrible person, Chuck.
Come on, give it up for Chuck, everybody. He's actually the one who put all this shit together. All this stuff's his. All these lights are his. Without him, it would have just been us yelling at each other. Alright, next up is Rich. Rich is a guy that every year ruins one of these by getting a job right at the last moment, causing us to change all of our jokes about him being unemployed. He's going to be the funniest guy up here, and you're going to know why. Because right now, he's just going to rip us all apart for about 2 to 3 minutes each. So everybody give a round of applause to RTC, Richard Sport.
Alright, I'm sorry you guys had to endure Chuck. He's a lot more entertaining when he's at the hot dog eating championship. Let's see. Chuck's here with us tonight. That's obvious. He was big-hearted enough to pull himself away from his all-you-can-eat buffets to help us host this. Host this, Chuck, not hostess. It's crazy how Chuck doesn't eat pussy. I've never seen him turn down pie. Now some say Chuck is a, you know, he's full of shit. He's full of himself. You know, he has a big ego. No. Ego. Not ego, Chuck, not ego. God damn.
Oof.
Once Chuck and I went walking. I'm just kidding. Chuck doesn't go walking. Bigfoot, Loch Ness, and Chuck. And eating salad all have this in common. Well, you guys figure it out.
What is it?
They don't exist. You eating salad. Loch Ness, Bigfoot. Bro. Chuck buys his shoes at Stretchers. Skechers.
Stretchers.
I got that.
Sorry. Even when Chuck name calls people, it's all food related. Ding dong, tomato head, cheese tits. We get it, Chuck. You're hungry.
That's a good one.
These go on. Some people say that Chuck is lazy. Let's see you carry around 500 pounds all day. Cutest baby on earth.
Cutest.
One time, now this is a true story, Chuck got a speeding ticket for eating too fast. Chuck's wife started the popular group, Mothers Against Empty Refrigerators. Chuck says he's tired of all of our fat jokes, but then again, what doesn't tire him? COVID tried to enter Chuck's body, but the diabetes wasn't having it. Said, he's ours. Chuck's belly is as flat as Earth.
Yes.
Put Chuck on an all-pussy diet. He'll look like Logan Paul in 2 months. He doesn't eat pussy.
No shit.
You happy now, Michelle?
Chuck's a real go-getter. Yeah, you should see him go get his food. I only say all these hate-filled jokes because I want to see Chuck cry. He has to lose that water weight somehow. Chuck made fun of me for being jobless for so long. Has he met his own penis? Chuck thinks that all-you-can-eat buffets are just challenges. When Chuck was a baby, his sippy cup was a big gulp. Michelle, what's it like to ride an elephant with a micro trunk? Chuck's bidet is a fire hose. It's also the only wet thing he'll experience all week. Chuck used to be a stunt double for the show My 600 Pound Life until he gained all that weight. They had to let him go. You gotta look good for Hollywood. For Chuck's sake, I thought to myself, no more fat jokes. It's in bad taste. And then I thought, that's never stopped Chuck before. Chuck's dick sometimes calls me on the phone in the middle of the night, tells me how depressed and lonely he is, tells me how he hates it. It's so dark and it's hard to breathe. Can you believe a fat white guy stopping someone from breathing? Is Chuck's dick black? Cops. I don't know. At this point, Chuck's stomach is like, give me your best shot. He eats anything. Chuck's belly hangs lower than Chuck's belly hangs lower than Joe's self-esteem. I fucked that up. Apologies. Chuck's fridge is filled with IOUs. Michelle, rack a lamb. You might want to hold on to that one. It's no secret, Joe likes big women. So while Joe's harpooning whales, Michelle, what's it like to ride one? Earlier. Many animals. It's both. Big animals. Just picture big animals. I'm gonna move on because I'm sick of picking on Chuck. He's a good friend of mine, and I don't like making fat jokes and making him feel bad. It's hard to lose weight, especially when you're not doing anything. So we're gonna move on to Raul. He's a short, fat Puerto Rican. He couldn't be here with us today because he made an excuse. Raul was losing so much weight, he's now beginning to look like Chuck. If Raul fucks like he directs, it's too long and he's the only one coming.
That was a good one, don't worry.
Raul sweats more than a kid in Joe's car, or Chuck doing anything. Raul married his wife 8 years ago. She's black. Raul's a good cook. I guess that's why I saw those McDonald's wrappers pouring out of his car. Raul wrote, produced, and directed a movie called Crazy Days. If you haven't heard of it or seen it, don't worry. You're just like the rest of us. Some days I gotta hold on. Like, you can't do it. Like, the wife's not here. It's pretty brutal. Raul married a black chick because he really doesn't want to own any property. I let the other ones go.
That's terrible.
I'm gonna move on to Jesse. Oof. Jesse, where are you? So, there you go, you handsome bastard. Jesse has taken advantage of more overweight women than Jenny Craig. Jesse's fucked so many fat chicks, his dick is on Weight Watchers. Jesse is so dark, Raul wanted to fuck him. Look, fellas, all kidding aside, I do need a new stepdad. Jesse, you look like a paisa. And Joe, you look like a pedophile. The name of your guys' podcast is STD. It's fitting, but I still think it should be called Alien versus Predator. Illegal alien, sexual predator.
Yeah, we get it. You don't have to explain it to us.
Mike.
Gotta explain it to me.
All of Mike's exes somehow end up with Joe. I'm guessing they just wanted a shower and a fuck on a mattress. These girls have high standards.
Oh my god.
Mike looks like a Smeagol got cancer, then caught COVID. Mike is like Willard, except the mice don't listen. Mike looks like, is it rats?
Yeah.
Oh, rats. Mike looks like he brushes his teeth with meth.
Oh god.
Mike doesn't believe in God. Mike, that's not going to make God hate you any less. Joe, the one we're all here for. It was his birthday, but we all forgot, so we did it today. We're here to celebrate Joe's 45th birthday.
45th!
Is it 46?
39.
Oh, fuck. My bad. Time flies. We've been knowing each other for a long time. A lot of people have been molested and disappeared.
We were there.
She was there. She saw it.
I was there.
Joe used to buy us beer in high school.
Oh my God. Mom, you're not helping.
What?
Yeah, Mom.
I don't know. It's all
Sorry.
the same to me. Yeah, really.
Coming from the paw.
Yeah.
Joe has spent most of our friendship in the bathroom. It's fitting, seeing how most of his relationships have ended up in the shitter.
That was a good one.
Yeah.
Some people worry if Joe's going to commit suicide. I never worry. I know exactly what bridge he's going to. Joe's got a dad bod because it makes kids feel safer to be around him. When Joe was a young boy, his mom dressed him as a little girl. Joe's uncle still wouldn't fuck him. Joe making fun of me is like a fart making fun of a rose. Just to be clear, just to clear the record, pedophiles stole Joe's look and his van.
Joe's never gonna have it.
Yeah, he has that. That's telling you, he's really good at what he does.
Mom, don't help.
He's kept it hidden in the backyard.
When my son was being born, Joe asked if I would name my son's middle name after him. I said, "Ew doesn't have a good name." I was thinking something bigger, so I decided Charles. And if I was gonna name my son Joe, sure as fuck wouldn't be after you. It'd be because I love coffee. Anyways, Joe, happy birthday and happy roast. Thank you guys.
That was a good one.
I told you guys we like him.
Hey now.
I mean, he may be working now, but his jokes sure are.
And last but not least, the guy we're all here for,
The birthday boy.
Joe.
I did have one better.
Oh, here's stuff music. Oh,
I had one closer.
Silence of the Lambs.
So, as long as we've known Joe, he's been many things. A professional wrestler, a director of a shitty horror movie, and a security guard at many pot dispensaries and many places around, including Walmart. All while still living with his mom. Congrats on living the life every autistic child only dreams of. I kid, but Joe's been all those things and many more. The only thing he'll never be is a husband, or a father, or a successful at life. Alright, here you go, Joe.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
I don't want to hold this fucking thing. Guys, that was all funny. You kind of each topped each other. Mike, half of your set was funny. The other half was like watching a baby drown. I swear to God. So quick story before I shit on these fuckers. A friend of mine, I invited a friend of mine here from high school. I hadn't seen her in like 15 years, and I told her it's kind of become a tradition that me and my friends, we roast each other for our birthday. And her response was, "Do you have to get roasted?" And all I could think was, have to fucking get to. These motherfuckers back here, everyone on this panel, are masters of dark humor. The only one who still has a soul is Raul, the punk ass that's not here. But that's because all the darkness went to his wife.
Oh.
Alright.
Off color.
Mike, how you doing?
Pretty good so far. How about you?
Just kidding, I don't give a fuck. Mike, I have a question for you. What's it like to know you're gonna die alone? Good. When I think of Mike, I think of that movie Aladdin, because there's that famous line, Mike, you were born a street rat, you'll die a street rat, and only your fleas will fucking mourn you.
Dark.
I know. Mike to us is kind of like our Make-A-Wish kid, and because we hope he dies soon. I mean, he smokes like a chimney, and all I can think is, come on, tumors! Jesse, I want to thank you for hosting this, but just to let you know, you have the dumbest face. How can someone look like a rapist and a rape victim at the exact same time? True story, I had to edit this out so much because last night we had this whole fucking spiel. A few weeks ago, I was over at Jesse's house to give him a late Christmas present. He wasn't there, but his wife was, and she let me in, and I put the Christmas present down and took off. 20 minutes later, I get a text from Jesse saying, "You scared my wife." I thought to myself, fuck, my dick wasn't that big.
No, I don't believe that.
Shut up. But the cat being out of the bag, Jesse, what's it like raising my kids? Are they eating healthy? Now Raul isn't here, but we're still gonna fucking beat the shit out of him as far as roasting goes. Raul did make a movie called Crazy Days. Guys, I was in Crazy Days. I don't know what the fuck that movie was about. Oh, good lord. It is true that when we premiered it in a theater, I fell asleep. After 10 minutes, I was like, I need a way out. And then after 15 minutes, I was like, why don't I have razor blades? As we've said, Raul has 2 kids. They're half black, half Puerto Rican. So essentially, he's raising the next generation of welfare recipients. No shit. One time we were at Raul's place, and we were watching WrestleMania. I go into the kitchen to get some food, and his wife goes, "Hey!" And she tries to hug me. And I go, "Whoa, whoa, whoa, Zelda, Zelda, Zelda. I'll laugh with you. I'll hang out with you. I'll pick cotton with you. Just don't touch me."
If he was racist, I wouldn't have even done this.
Horrible.
Terrible.
I told everybody to fucking be warned. Shit. But lastly, I think actually Raul's wife is a little out of his league. But you know that she loves him because you have to realize that one day she woke up and said, "You know what? Being black in America, too easy. I'm gonna find me a fat Puerto Rican and marry that motherfucker." Yeah. All right, Rich, how you doing? Now, Rich, I make jokes left and right about how your son has blonde hair and you have black hair. And
Brian, you blind bastard.
That's black. Shut the fuck up. But I do want to be a dad one day, just not to the ones that I left with him. What I'm getting at, Rich, is let me raise your kid. It's gonna be so much better for him. He'll get to good schools. He'll have a good credit score. It's gonna work. Having a white father? Fuck yeah!
You really worked on that one.
All right, where's Bucks at? There he is. Big Bucks. Big Bucks.
Yeah, we good.
Chuck, some people call you an asshole. That wasn't a joke.
Get anxiety attack,
All right, Chuck. There have been a lot of fat jokes tonight about you. And here's some more.
Let's hear it.
Chuck, you're so fat you sweat when you eat.
I think I heard that on your mom.
No, thank you.
It's on a website or something? It's on a website.
Chuck,
Was that on a popsicle stick?
Chuck, I'm gaining weight just looking at you.
Oh, well, I'm on your side.
He's on your side.
Sure he is. Chuck, the best thing about the barbecues that you have every week is when you eat, I get to watch your chins fight for domination. In preparation for this roast, I asked Michelle, his wife, what's your sex life like? And then when she told me, I thought, wow, I didn't know you could get off with 3 thrusts and a tug. She goes, where'd you get the number 3 from?
Yes, third.
I said, hey, Michelle, how do you say goodnight to Chuck? She goes, get it off me, get it off me. I can't believe I'm saying all this shit in front of my parents. Fuck.
Literally.
It is official. I cannot, I'm no longer allowed to poop at Chuck's place because Because even though I sprayed, I did a courtesy flush, and I had the fan on, his stepdaughter walked in a minute or two later and complained about the smell. My mom and dad already know this kind of story.
Oh boy.
But essentially, Chuck, what I'm getting at is, I think you lost these
What is that?
balls.
You keep your balls in your pocket?
I keep your balls in my pocket, motherfucker. Shit.
Grizzly Adams did have it.
Grizzly Adams did have a beard. But the new rule at Chuck's place is, if I come over, I must bend him over, pull down his pants, gently remove the stick from his ass, sniff it, put it back, and then remind him that his shit smells like waffles.
Don't you fucking forget about it.
I can't fucking shit at your... It's a fucking toilet! That's what you're supposed to do with it. What are you making magic potions in your shitter?
I didn't say you can't shit at my place.
Yes, you did, motherfucker!
I said just can't shit all the time.
Alright,
Has to shit all the time.
Anyways, give your TED Talk another day. Alright, guys, I'm gonna say something, and then tell one more dick joke, and then we can all get out of here, okay? Thanks, Mom. So the crew network is made up of 5 guys. You know, there's Chuck, Richard, Raul, Jesse, and me. But if I'm being honest, Chuck and Richard are the closest to me. We wrestled together.
Kidnap kids together.
Yeah, that too. We lived together, no homo. But when I think of the 3 of us, and Jesse and Raul, who's listening, Jesse, you don't worry, you got a part in this. When I think of guys, I'm being serious right now.
Uh-oh.
When I think of the 3 of us, I think of Pete Conrad, Al Bean, and Dick Gordon. And for you assholes who don't fucking know who those people are, read a book. But I'll tell you who those guys are. That is... Oh, thank you, Richard. That is the crew of the Apollo 12 mission. But what makes them different from every other NASA mission is that those 3 guys weren't just 3 guys put together. They were actually best friends. They were best friends when they joined the Navy, they were best friends when they joined NASA, and they were best friends till the day they died. I think of Chuck as Pete Conrad, the mission leader. Chuck's always got something new for us to do, some sort of adventure, be it podcasting, ghost hunting, film festival, which, by the way, I give him so much credit for that, because it's not us celebrating us, it's him and all of us celebrating other people's work. And that's a very, human thing. I think of myself as Al Bean. Al Bean, who had 0 space travel experience until he went to the moon. And Al Bean had said on several occasions, he was just a guy who was lucky enough to go to the moon with his best friends. And then I think of Richard over here as Dick Gordon for 2 reasons. One, Dick Gordon was the lunar module commander, so essentially what he did was wait for his friends to come back from the moon for 48 hours. And that's all fucking Richard does. He just waits for us to go do shit. Plus, his name is Dick.
Dick. That's
For a
what I
reason.
was thinking too.
Dick!
I was thinking the same thing.
God doesn't make mistakes.
But
He makes them all.
Raul, who's going to be listening to this later, and Jesse. There was an unofficial 4th member of the Apollo 12 crew. His name was C.C. Williams. C.C. Williams was supposed to be the original lunar module pilot. Unfortunately, for those of you who don't know, back in the 60s, in the early days of NASA, weight and height came into play a lot, and unfortunately, C.C. Williams was an inch too tall. So yeah, and then he died in a plane crash in Florida. But when the crew of Apollo 12 went to the moon, they took C.C. Williams' pilot wings and they left them on the lunar surface. So Jesse, what I'm getting at is, to me, you're like C.C. Williams, and that I wish you were dead. I know. And then the last part of the story is Al Bean had given this interview. Yeah, you like it, I know. So, Al Bean had given this interview where he had said, "When I left the LEM, I had this thought, and I never said this thought out loud until a few years later. And when I had COVID last year, I never thought I was gonna die. I knew I was, God doesn't want me yet. But there was one, there was 1 minute." Why is everybody laughing about me almost died?
Hey, man.
God doesn't want you, shit. You know what's funny is we always say we're, when we do something messed up, we go, "I'm going to hell for this one." Hey guys, at least we'll be there together. But no. So when I had COVID, there was one moment when I thought I was going to die, and I had the same thought that Al Bean had when he left the LEM. And guys, the thought was, sure hope I get to see you guys again. And I have for over a year now, and frankly, I regret it to this day. Now, lastly, my dick joke. I'm fucking all of your mothers. Yes, Richard, even your mom. She told me a toothless. She told me a toothless blowjob would be worth it, and you know what? Best $20 I ever made.
Mom, you have $20?
Work it over.
Mike, I need you to do me a favor and tell your mom to stop trying to stick a finger in my ass. I only let Chuck's mom do that. Chuck,
She's got big fingers.
Let's have special needs.
Hey, Mom, stop.
You took advantage of my return.
yeah. Chuck, you be so proud of your mom. She's so adorable. She gives my nipples butterfly kisses. Her nickname for me is Mr. Cocky.
Just threw up in my mouth.
Oh, God.
Jesse, shut the fuck up, Michael. You already had your turn. Jesse, your mom holds a special place in my heart. You have no idea how hot it is to hear a Hispanic woman with a thick Hispanic accent say, "Fuck me harder, Mr. Joe." And Raul, for those who's listening, 'cause I know Raul is listening. Raul,
Wouldn't she say Jose?
I keep telling you, don't fucking help. I know, right? Raul, I don't fuck your mom. I make love.
Oh, God.
Soft, passionate, real boys to men shit.
Oh, my God.
Chuck, I made your mom come so hard. Joe Biden gave me the Purple Heart and had Aerosmith give me a private concert. All right, guys. I know, right? What? What's wrong with Aerosmith?
Cool story, Hansel.
How can I get into this?
Guys, thank you for coming. Get home safe. And most importantly, thank you for encouraging our behavior. Good night.
I need a Steve Weiser.
Is there a song to play at the end or no? No. All right, that was it, everybody. Thanks again for that. The roast of DK Murphy.
It's open mic. Anybody else wants to go up there?
Hey, anybody else want to say anything? Family?
Nobody's as funny as us.